What are we doing today?
Adventure!
Where are you going?
On an adventure.
Where are you going?
Ow! To the hospital!
Now where are you going?
Hospital.
Hospital!
How many bolts do you need? 4!
She's right.
Hey guys, I'll just let you know what's going on. About a year ago, we took Hawkeye out of the water to clean the bum. And anyway, we went up to a place called Oyster Cove. And we took her out of the water up there. We scraped her, did a fair bit of painting, so on and so forth. Anyway, while we were there was this old fishing trawler that was out of the water, and it had been there for a long time. The guy was an ex-Vietnam veteran. He had all intentions of turning it into a liveaboard cruiser, but yeah, I think it was just a bit much for him. He tried a few times and just didn't have a lot of success. Anyway, this gave Cheryl and I the idea of actually buying an old trawler and just turning it into a liveaboard. So what I'll do, I'll post a link up just there of a boat. It's called a Coastal Craft. They're made in Canada, made from aluminium. They're a beautiful liveaboard boat, but they're well and truly out of my price range. You know, they're kind of a $2 million boat, and I'm not that wealthy. Anyway, so I like the idea and the concept of these boats. I found them really, really good. They've just got everything that you kind of need, or everything that I want in a boat. Anyway, I'll get to where I'm going. So the exciting part of this is this boat that was up in the marina, the guy's bought it and he scrapped it. So I'm on my way now to go and look at it. It's actually in one of our sister yards. So I work in a scrap yard up in the upper Hunter Valley, and they've taken it to the lower Hunter Valley one. So, because it's near the ocean, of course. Anyway, so I'm just going over to have a look at it now. I've rang the yard manager up and just made sure it's okay for me to come onto his site. So he's pretty cool with that. He'd been a friend for a long time. I've been with Sims now for 8 years. So I'll cut to where I am at the moment, and basically I was looking through Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I came across an ad for a Cummins 903 with a marine gearbox and a propeller. And I scrolled through the photos and I was just having a look at, because I'm looking for a gearbox, for a marine gearbox. And I was scrolling through, and they had the photo of this boat that the 903 came out of, and it turned around that it was the boat that was up at Oyster Cove. And I sent the guy a message, and he said, look, wouldn't sell it to anyone. He said it's worth nothing but scrap now. And anyway, so I'm going over there. I'm really excited about this. So I'm going over now to go and have a look at it. They said they scrapped it because it was in bad nick, and when I saw it, it didn't look too bad. But the guy had done some pretty, I wouldn't say terrible things, but he hadn't done them greatly. You know, like he was putting a timber room on a steel boat, and like, yeah, why not weld it? So what I'm doing, I'm just going down to have a look at it. The engine's out of it, hence the Facebook ad. So what I want to do is go down and have a look at it while all the bilges are empty, with no engine and so forth. Apparently they've gutted this thing completely, taken all glass, all timber, and it sounds like I don't have much work to do in that side of it, which is a plus. I am not sure if this is going to be worth it. I'm really not. It depends on the condition, because if it's a good hole, yeah, it's worth it, because then I don't have to build one, which I'm still tossing up over. But anyway, I'll just continue the drive now. I'm still probably 25 minutes away. Let you know more about it when I get there. Cheers.
Righto, well here we go. This is amazing. This is much better than the last heap of shit we went and had a look at. Hole's pretty much intact. I've just got to go and have a look underneath. Looks like there's a section there that's needs a bit of work. Cut the keel off it, and that's okay. I can weld.
I'm just going to tap the hole here. Well, it still sounds as though it's very solid at this point. I think the rust is only surface and easily treated. I'll just jump up and have a look inside. This is the aft deck, and here is the rudder, a bit of the stern tube, and the roof they cut to get the engine out. It's a pretty big area here, really. That hatch on the wall is the access to the engine room, but at the moment the floor in the cabin is removed and I can get a good look at it from there.
This is pretty tidy when you look at all the steel structures here.
But generally it's not too bad.
You know, the only bit of rust that's in this thing is here.
Where?
It's just here, just
Right.
under where the engine was.
Yeah. And the front there?
Yeah,
Yeah, which is only the break between the front and the back.
but it's not that bad.
Cabin, and there's enough room here for a large bed, possibly a king size, and also a stand-up shower. There's also plenty of room for storage. Foredeck area is very good. I don't see any major structural problems, just a clean up and paint.
Okay, so where to from here? I think I'm going to try and get that boat. So what I have to do is I have to talk to my boss. I think he'll be okay with it. There's a bit of a process. So basically, the guy wanted to scrap the boat. So I understand that. He may not want that boat going anywhere else, so I also have to talk to him. But before all that can come, I have to talk to my boss to see how much they want for the boat. I dare say it'll be what they paid. They want to get their money back for it. And to be honest, they're doing it as a favour to me, so they don't even have to do it. But employee relations, well, who knows? So first up, as I say, talk to the boss, send a few emails, get a little bit of stuff out there and see if I can secure it. I think that boat's just what I'm looking for. I really do. The work that's in there isn't beyond me. I'm a boilermaker by trade, so what that means is I can cut and weld, and I'm not that bad at it. So once all the approvals come through, what I have to do from there is I have to talk to the crane company and make sure that they're okay with shifting it. I've already spoken to a guy that's going to lease me a bit of land to put the boat on. Basically, I'm looking at sort of a couple of years. I've done a bit of costings on it. So this is the bit. Now, if I was to buy a boat that's in reasonable condition, so that has an engine that runs, has a rudder, a propeller, basically a running boat that's in good condition, I'm spending $100 grand. This hull is in good condition. I'm going to spend $15,000 to $20,000 on the motor. I'm going to spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a gearbox. I'm going to spend $4,000 on a propeller. I'm going to spend probably about $1,000 on a prop shaft. Hydraulics, I'm probably going to spend $6,000 on getting a rudder system and steering system, and $3,000 on paint, another $6,000 to $8,000 on steel, and then I've got craneage costs and transport costs on top of that. So what I'm thinking is, by the time I get this thing purchased from Sims and then sat back in the water, and this is without doing any of the internal fit out, so this is without doing any timber work, any plumbing other than the plumbing that's needed for the engine and the bilge system. So that's probably the only plumbing I'm going to do for now. So basically all I'm saying is that for 70 grand I'm going to get an engine with a rudder, a steering system, a bilge system, a set of batteries to start the engine, a set of electronic charts so that I can move the boat around Australian waters without the need of using paper charts, an anchor winch, so hydraulic anchor winch, $4,000, $5,000. Chain, so a couple of $1,000 for chain, for 12mm chain, 150 metres of it. I can fabricate an anchor, there's no problem there, I've done that before. I'll show you one of my anchors. But basically to get a boat to survey level, so sitting in the water, so that then I can put my tools on board and continue the fit out, I'm looking at 70 grand. I can buy a boat already surveyed so that I can get it insured for 100 grand. But am I then going to have to gut the thing and do the extra work to it that I need doing? And is it going to need a haul out anyway? And is it going to have problems that I'm going to need to fix down the track? So, yeah, tough one. I'm going to think about it for a few days. I've already really thought about it, and I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm going to get this boat, and I think I'm going to do the right thing. COVID's kind of screwed things up a bit. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But anyway, COVID's probably bought me a little bit of time, because work's not really rushing about cutting this thing apart at the moment, but the moment that they say to me we want to move it, I'll have to be ready to move it. So at the moment it's not sitting there doing any harm. It's just been placed on some rubber tyres in the back of the yard. The yard's not allowed to have any work done in it anyway, so it's really just a storage area. The place where I want to move the boat to, I have to get an excavator in there, and I have to clean the block down before I can sit it there. So, but that's okay. I can drive an excavator. Yeah, so anyway, extremely happy, still am. It's been a few days since I've looked at it. And basically what I think about that sort of thing is, if you look at something and you think you should go for it, think about it for a few days and see if you change your mind. If you don't change your mind, then maybe you're doing the right thing. I'm really looking forward to the adventure of doing this too, and I'm hoping you guys are as well. So anyway, let's see how we go. Cheers.